Hey everybody, a very bearded Joe, well not very bearded, but bearded Joe Finley here. Just wanted to let you guys know I was recently on a wonderful YouTube podcast called Who Cares Anyway podcast. It's available on YouTube. Check below for the link in our show notes. Had a blast with them. We did a little bit of fantasy casting for the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, a movie that has not been announced, does not yet exist, but damn it, we all want it. So we went out there and I talked to these guys and we had such a blast.
But what inspired you to create this fantasy casting and to create your pitch for a Knights of the Old Republic adaptation?
Much like the way I created my podcast, much like the way I was invited on this show, I like to run my mouth off and get attention.
I sympathize.
No, I actually, personally, I would break it into two films, but that's just my own. Because the story, basically, for anybody who doesn't know, is man wakes up in a starship that's under attack. He's taken under wing by Carthonasi, who's a commander on the starship. They escape. They end up having to rescue a Jedi who helps them, and then they keep going till you find out that the bad guy Jedi, who they believe to be dead, who basically started all this craziness.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert for a 16-year-old game.
16-year-old
Yeah.
game.
So the person who did all this is the person who is laying in that bed with amnesia. He is Revan. He is the bad.
You've
Yes,
been playing as the Sith Master.
You are the villain.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and then everything there becomes, and then basically, so the first movie is a theme of discovery, where you're learning about, you're meeting all the characters, you're getting into the adventure. Whereas to me, the revelation is the end of that movie. You find out you're Revan, and then the second movie is choice. Is now that he has this information, what does he do with it? Does he go back? Does he do good? And personally, if I were to produce and make that, I would actually make them shoot both endings, where he goes both ways. My first one, right out the gate, Kate Beckinsale plays Bastila Shan, the dual-sided lightsaber wielding, the guide for the sexy Obi-Wan to. So my next guy was Carthonasi, who again, he's, for better or worse, he's your nicer Han Solo, I guess we would say in this story. He's more of a straight man Han Solo. He'd take you there, but I think that you can have if you're going to have fun moments with this trio of your main people, he's going to be the one you're going to have the most fun with, and I went with John Krasinski.
Oh,
That's a good
nice.
pick. That is a good
I like
pick.
it.
Candaris Ordo, he's a Mandalorian who doesn't wear the Mandalorian armor. He is just like a mercenary. He's a badass, and he's a bit older, a bit gruff, and I got Ron Perlman playing him.
I can so see this. I can definitely see this.
I go now to Jolie Bindo, who was he's the old curmudgeon exiled Jedi who lives at the bottom of Kashyyyk. So I went with Lenny James from The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead. I take us next to the young Twi'lek Mission Vow, living in the underworld of Terrace. And she is your Han Solo in this movie. She's the young whoever. She's the young whatever with the Wookiee.
I mean, she has a
best
Wookiee
friend.
sidekick.
Yeah.
How more Han Solo can you get?
Yeah, exactly. But this one, we need somebody young. We need somebody who can act. We need somebody who I buy as being a badass young lady. And I took Game of Thrones' Maisie Williams.
good.
So she's going into deep makeup because she's going to become a Twi'lek now. I'm going to do the voice of HK-47, the Hunter Killer. I'm going to do him next. Hilarious character in the game. He's a murderer. He's like whatever.
He is literally my
that kind
bae.
of thing. But HK-47 is hilarious, and he's just so mean and whatever. And I wanted to try out Benedict Cumberbatch as the voice.
Okay.
Because he can do an American accent. So Juhani, a little bit of a wild card character. And the nice thing is you don't have any real loyalty to what she should look like, because again, it's all makeup.
Yeah.
Because she's like all white and with the thing and whatever. So I went with something a little more timely and a little more diverse and stuff like that. I went with from Crazy Rich Asians. I went with Constance Wu.
Interesting.
That's going to bring us to Darth Malak. So this is our baddie.
Now, and this is where you mentioned this in your commentary episode for The Empire Strikes Back, which, guys, please go check it out. Miscast Commentary, you can find it on Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your normal podcasts. But give us a listen, but go with caution, because this choice will scare you.
I'm equally as scared of this. Okay, I will preface this by I do not like this actor. I do not respect this actor. I do. He is an egomaniac.
Well, yeah, of course. That's why we like him.
I know, but like to me, it's just I don't know. He's just too much. I'll just say it because so I actually picked, and again, this was more on a physical and on a voice scale. Is why he got this. Is why I picked Vin Diesel as Darth Malak.
Oh.
Interesting.
Oh. No.
Yeah. So
walk us through who's gonna lead this ragtag.
So
yeah.
So this was a really tough one because again, you can literally put whatever face you want and whatever body you want onto Revan. And I'm going through all these people, and I'm literally like, I could have just IMDb'd and just like IMDb Tinder, like no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. And I went through, and I finally thought of somebody, and I was like, I'd love it. And there was nothing else. It just instantly connected to me. I didn't even really think that much about him playing the character, but I was like, the idea of him playing the character, like, just kind of turned my brain on so much. Chadwick Boseman as Revan.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he's a good actor, that's for sure.
So make sure you go check that out. That's on their YouTube page, the D2A Dedicated to Art channel. Go check that out. Again, the link is below, and just enjoy it. Would love to hear your comments below. Who do you think should play all the different characters? There's a lot of interesting things. The host on that side, Chris Dohmen, had a lot of fun ideas for his version of it as well. So make sure to go and check that out. Watch the episode. We had a lot of fun talks. We talked about the Oscars. We talked about Black Panther. We talked just about a great many things. And so I hope you guys give it a look-see and enjoy it. And keep tuning back here. We're going to be doing a lot more. Oh, my son's coming. Gotta stop it. Catch you later.
Make them like this anymore, baby.